welcome back to the channel, everyone. If you are new, thank you for tuning in. My name is Hayden, and in this video, we are gonna be talking about something that's actually the total first of its kind on the channel, and it involves this car right here, which you actually may or may not recognize. I think I only have probably shown it on YouTube, I think once, maybe twice. I don't think I really posted any pictures. I didn't post on Instagram or anything after I did a lot of stuff to it, which changed the whole appearance and a little bit about the car. So, in this video, I want to do a follow-up on something I posted about a year ago, a little more, talking about why I bought a Nissan GTR as a daily driver. Now, this is crazy because this is actually the first vehicle that I have ever sold. I've never sold a car. I think I've purchased 6. I have yet to sell a car until now. And there's gonna be a follow-up video on another vehicle that I'm selling and explaining why and what's coming and what's going on. But this vehicle is kind of crazy because it was such a good deal when I bought it, and if you guys watched that video of me buying it, I kind of explained that, and that's why I purchased it. And I want the kind of the focus of this video to be how you can actually make money by owning a vehicle that's a little bit more so than your average, you know, something that's sporty, that's fun, that you can get into and do at least a little bit what I did, where I drove it for a year and I made money on it.
Whole lot of money.
So for those of you who are not familiar with the car, I will throw up a picture of it, a couple pictures right here. Unfortunately, these are kind of the only couple of pictures that I have. Now, and to really make this story simple, I only drove this car maybe a maximum of like 800 miles in the year and a quarter that I owned it. That's bananas. To drive the vehicle less than like 70 miles a month and own it makes no sense. Now, I purchased this vehicle for $48,000 in cash. I don't remember when, it was about a little bit over a year ago as to when I'm posting this. Now, I knew that that vehicle was worth low 50s. Here's the thing. I put money into the car. So like you see in the pictures, I did the wheels, I did the wing, I did the wrap. I also bought a custom steering wheel for it, which never got to go into it just because it took a long time with all the COVID stuff for shipping. I got like matching custom, I'll throw a picture of it, but I got matching custom steering wheels for all of my cars. So unfortunately, I didn't get to put it in there in time. Regardless, I spent about $5,000, a little bit more, upgrading this vehicle, right? Now, I was able to write those things off as those upgrades because they were around my company's colors, the company logo's colors, which were black and blue. So you guys see all my cars are matched like that. I can't write off the car, but I can just write off some fun basic upgrades in the wrap and such and such. So that brings me to being in the vehicle in total, out of pocket, about $54,000, $53,000. Now, I'm able to get a depreciation off of it. I'm able to write off those upgrades as well. So I was really out of pocket about $51,000 on this vehicle. I got to own it for a year. My friends drove it a little bit. I got to have fun. Unfortunately, again, I didn't get to drive it much. This vehicle sold recently to a brand new owner in Utah. Congratulations on the amazing vehicle, for $55,000. A great deal for everyone involved. A very fair market value. These cars hold their value and they're not going anywhere. So the guy who bought it is gonna drive it for a year, 2 years, and lose nothing. If he loses anything, it's gonna be a very minimal amount of money, and probably only because he put a lot of miles on it. Now, it's a 2009 GTR. I bought it with like 41 or 47,000 miles. It's still basically right around the same. So it's a great vehicle. Now, I wanna explain, before you buy a car like this, you should spend a lot of time looking at all the different resale websites, Cars for Sale, Car Gurus, and take a look at a bunch of private party transactions. Facebook has great Facebook groups that revolve around specific cars like Nissan GTRs, and specifically like those 09s really hold their value. Now, this is not by any means a stock GTR. This is FBO, which stands for full bolt-on. So it's about 650 to 680 horsepower to the wheel, which is roughly double the average Nissan GTR. Now, what's crazy is to get into a car for sub 50,000 like I did, that will beat a stock Ferrari, a stock Lamborghini all day long in every sense of the word, is pretty nuts. So I had a Huracan. I bought my Huracan before and I still have it. And so to kind of compare the two, you know, I love the Huracan. I really like the GTR, but in terms of performance for the price, I mean, the GTR was a bang for the buck. I mean, absolutely insane vehicle. So I sold it. Now, it was kind of a crazy story. One of my good friends, Tanner, wanted to buy it from me, but I was having a dealership sell it because I don't want to spend all the time taking photos and, you know, talking with potential people and doing test drives, and it just sounded like a headache. So I gave a percentage cut to a local dealership that I'm friends with. They took a few $1,000s of the transaction, facilitated did all the paperwork, shipping the vehicle, every little thing. So I came out of the vehicle with probably, after the write-offs on the upgrades, a very small profit. You factor in insurance and whatever, it's basically break even. That's the point. I'm not here to make money on a vehicle. Now, I have friends who do, don't get me wrong. For an example, one of them who posts about it publicly is Jeff. You guys might be familiar with JR Garage on YouTube. He's been a great friend of mine for a little over 3 years, and I don't think he's ever lost money on a car. I mean, he bought a Lamborghini Gallardo, put 25,000 miles on it, didn't lose a penny. I think he made money, but it's insane. So you can own the right vehicles and make money. Now, just a quick fun tip, usually those vehicles are gonna be in roughly the 10 to 12-year-old category or older. So you're basically gonna be looking at a decade old or older. So 2010 and before is usually, not always, but usually when you're gonna find those deals. So make sure to just study the market. You don't wanna purchase a vehicle. I bought a new vehicle today as of when I'm filming this. I bought a new vehicle and I put a lot of time into studying, understanding the depreciation curve of the vehicle, the possible maintenance, the things that can go wrong, the things that won't go wrong. So you just want to be educated instead of walking onto CarMax's lot and saying, hey, I want that, you know, and not really negotiating or understanding what to look for or what you're going to be getting. So do your research, do your due diligence. Now, the great thing is, my friend Tanner, who wanted to buy it, unfortunately, the dealership had already pulled a credit app from the person who bought it, and they were going through the financing process. He had actually wired me the money for the car, and I told the dealership, hey, I'm gonna come grab the car. They're like, sorry, we can't do that. You know, this guy's about to grab it, and I'm like, dang it. So anyways, I had to send him the money back, and he went and bought another one. So it would have been perfect if that vehicle would have still been around. You know, one of my friends would have had it so that I could drive it. But regardless, he got another one that's FBO, pretty much the same thing. So I still get to drive it. I still do love the car. And yes, if you guys are in the market for a vehicle around that price point, I think the GTR is a great, great purchase. So let me know what kind of car you guys would want to get. Let me know what your dream car is and what you would also want to be getting under that $50,000 mark. There's a lot of vehicles, and I'm a car guy. I don't know if you guys watch the channel. I definitely have some car videos on here, and there are plenty more to come. But I'm a car guy, and under that $50,000 mark, there's definitely some super cool vehicles. Like the BMW M4, which is my first car, my favorite all-time car all around. You can get those for under $40,000 now, and the depreciation is pretty much already taken its full hit. So at this point, it's just crazy mileage that would really drop it a little bit further. But I mean, you know, there's so many cars you can get for a great, great price. And for an example, those M4s, you get a 2015, and you would barely lose any money. It would go down so slightly every year if you were to buy those right now with like 40, 50,000 miles. So it just depends on what you're looking for. I have a lot more fun car videos planned. We got some crazy racing videos with some automotive YouTubers in both California and in Utah, not to drop any names, but some fun stuff coming with the Lamborghini as soon as it's back from the shop, finishing up. And I don't want to say too much about what exactly is going on, but kind of the second step of what we're doing with the twin turbo build. So you guys saw I twin turboed it. It went back into the shop. It's been there for about the last five and a half months, waiting for a bunch of crazy stuff to come in that is super, super close to arriving. Then it's just gonna be a lot of time and little stuff with the tunes and making sure the car is running perfectly. And then it is gonna be back hitting the streets and making some fun YouTube video appearances. All right, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I know it's a little bit different, but I just wanted to show you that you can own a vehicle like that you like to have fun with. And if you do it the right way, you can forget about making money, you can break even, you know, and you might lose a little over time with gas and insurance and whatever, but I mean, you can have a vehicle like that and not lose your ass in terms of money. That is something that most people don't think is possible. And I just want to be someone that puts it out there like, hey, here's a live example of what I've done. I had a lot of fun owning this vehicle. I truly did. Unfortunately, I just didn't drive it. And you know, I'm selling another one of my vehicles that I just didn't drive as well. I'm sure you can guess what it was just based off the cars I talked about inside of this video. But it's a vehicle that I bought. I thought I was gonna, you know, drive it a little bit more. I didn't, and it is what it is. So just understand that, understand the value of the vehicles. Make sure you do your research before and watch those graphs. You know, if you're looking at, for an example, a Lamborghini Urus right now, which I'm definitely getting one of those, just not right now. Okay, that's not the next car, by the way. That vehicle holding its value right now, but those are about to start sliding. So you're gonna wanna wait a few years, probably 2 years or so, for those to start dropping and kind of be holding lower like the Huracans are right now. You know, right now they're reselling for right around retail, some even up and above, but they will start sliding. So you could have got one right away and gotten out for a break even. I know some people who did that. It just depends. So at the end of the day, it all comes down to research. Look, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want more car content, let me know in the comment section down below, but make sure to let me know, what kind of cars are you into? What's your favorite car and what would you buy? buy if you had the opportunity to do it? Let me know. Don't forget to drop a like on this video. I would greatly appreciate it. Feel free to check out the other business and car content on the channel. And with that being said, I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Peace.